Rainbow Dash!
One morning, James and Rarity were waiting at Wellsworth Station until Edward and Applejack arrived. This made them cross.
10 minutes late? Again?
The least you could do is try to keep up with the timetable.
After they finished their day's work, Rarity took James back to Titmichette's and placed him on the turntable. Even though Rarity was in a better mood, James was still having a bad temper.
Rarity? I just don't get it. Edward is impossible to deal with. He clanks about like a bunch of old iron, and that he's been so slow that he has to make us wait!
Thomas, Percy, and the other ponies were indignant.
Old iron? Slow?
What? How dare you say something to Edward like that? You ought to be ashamed of yourself!
Pinky's right. Why, I bet Edward could beat your tender in the race anytime.
He's right. Never judge an engine or a pony by their age.
Oh, really? I should like to see him try it.
Jamesy, that's enough!
Next morning, when James and Rarity had brought a goods train into the Nafford Harbor Yard, the unicorn was suddenly feeling ill. She was so dizzy that she could hardly stand up.
Rarity, are you feeling okay?
No, I don't think so, Jamesy. I think one of Pinky's muffins she made last night must have got some mold on it because it was left on the counter.
While Rarity went to the restroom to vomit, a shunter temporarily took her shift and got James uncoupled, ready for shunting. But he was getting impatient. Suddenly, a signalman was shouting, and there was James puffing out of the yard.
All traffic halted. This is an emergency.
Then, when Rarity was feeling better, she was sent to see the signalman, and he explained what had happened while she was gone.
Pardon me, darling, but why did you send for me, and why is all the rail traffic stopped at the moment?
Well, it's about your engine.
You mean Jamesy? What about him?
Well, you see, while you were elsewhere, two boys were trespassing in the yard and went on James's footplate and were playing with his controls.
What?
But they jumped off and ran when James started to move.
Just then, the signalman answered the telephone.
Hello? Yes? Yes, Rarity's still here. Really? Great. Okay, I'll tell her. Thanks. That was the engine inspector from Tidmouth. He said he's coming here at once as soon as he finds help. By the way, he needs you to get a shunter's pole and a coil of wired rope.
Why would I be needing those things, darling?
Beats me, I'm just telling you his message. But you better get them quickly, ASAP.
Several minutes later, Rarity was ready when Edward and Applejack arrived with the inspector.
Hey, Rarity, we heard what happened. That must have been awful for those boys to play on James when they're not supposed to. They're nothing but a bunch of snaky varmints.
I know. Those little troublemakers are going to be in so much trouble when they're found.
Never mind now. Don't we have a runaway engine to catch?
Oh, yes, quite right. I forgot about that for a moment.
When the inspector saw that Rarity had the pole and rope, he was pleased.
Excellent, Rarity. You've got what I asked for. Now jump in. We're on a rescue mission.
We'll catch 'em. We'll catch 'em.
Meanwhile, down the line, James was having the time of his life.
This is the life! I'm king of the rails! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
But the fun didn't last very long. Suddenly, James found himself going faster. He also realized that Rarity wasn't on board.
What am I going to do? Without Rarity, I can't stop by myself! Help! Help!
We're coming! We're coming!
Edward was panting and puffing every amount of steam he had. At last, he finally caught up with James.
Edward, help me!
Steady on, Eddie.
The inspector got out on Edward's front, while holding some of the wired rope on the hook of the shunter's pole. He was trying to slip it on one of James's buffers. The engine swayed and lurched. Until at last,
Yes! I got him!
he pulled the noose tight. Gently braking, Applejack carefully checked the running speed. Then Rarity scrambled into James's cab and regained control.
So, the old iron caught you after all.
I'm sorry for being rude, Edward. Thanks for saving my tender. You were amazing.
Oh, that's all right.
The two engines and their ponies arrived at Crosby Station side by side. Sir Topham Hatt was already there waiting.
Well, I must say, a fine piece of work. James, you and Rarity can rest for now, then take your next train later on. I'm proud of you, Edward. As a thank you for your brave and loyal heroism, you shall go to the steamworks for a complete overhaul.
Oh, thank you, sir. It'll be lovely not to clang.